So I've had a few people asking me questions about this exercise lately, or rather they've been asking me questions about problems that this exercise is really good for helping, and I realized I don't have a separate video of this exercise. So I'm going to demonstrate it just briefly. Some of the benefits of this exercise: really good for stiffness in the neck and neck pain, various issues with the neck, also tension and problems through the shoulders, issues with the ribs as well, and really good for opening up pathways in the brain. Can be useful for dealing with headaches, things like that as well. So that's the brief version. I'm going to get on with showing you the exercises. That might be what you're interested in, and then I'll talk a bit more about it at the end. So the exercise is called Dragon Spies Its Prey. This is how we do it. Helps if you sit down into a horse stance. You can do it standing straight up if you prefer, but you're going to be a bit more stable in a horse stance. You can even do it sitting in a chair if you like. We breathe in and then breathe out, opening out to the sides. We breathe in, nice and relaxed. Breathe out, opening out to the sides. So a few details. It's very relaxed through this portion of the movement. And then as we open out to the sides, our palms turn outwards and we grip as if our hands were claws, and we introduce a little bit of tension as we pull down, bringing the hands roughly to eye line level. So relaxed, breathe in, engage with a gentle tension, pulling down and out to the sides. And so there's a bunch of things happening as we do this. As we pull and open out to the sides, it's lengthening and opening from these muscles that come from the neck out into the shoulders, particularly the trapezius muscles, but some of the other muscles from the neck. It's also engaging the muscles down into the rib cage and also behind the shoulder blade. So sometimes some of the issues that we have with our neck and our shoulders come from our shoulder blades popping out and things like this, and this is going to pull those shoulders wide and into a good alignment, pulling the shoulder blade against the back, activating the muscles of the rib to support this all better, which then helps with the neck. It helps to free this up as those muscles get lengthened, all the nerves are going to function better and so on. As part of this, as the nerves function better in the neck, it's going to start to free up the energy into the brain. And so there's another aspect of this as well, and that is with our eyes. Again, remember the exercise is called Dragon Spies Its Prey. And so we're going, if you think of different images of a dragon, sometimes a dragon is sort of seen as sort of fierce and ferocious, but definitely very aware, being able to see all around it. And then sometimes dragons are depicted as sleeping. And so we're finding this alternation between the sleepy dragon and then the alert and aware dragon, because the dragon is spying its prey. So as we do this, we follow our hands with our eyes. So through this portion, our eyes are very relaxed. The hands are close to the body, and our eyes are very relaxed. Then as we open out, we open our eyes wide because we're trying to see our hands in both directions, opening right into our peripheral vision. So the eyes are relaxed, and then they open wide as we go out, look out to the sides. So we're both stretching and opening the nerves, opening the blood flow up to the brain, but we're also working with the eyes to stimulate the activity in the brain. When you look in different directions, it activates different parts of your brain. So when you look in all directions, it really lights up and activates your brain. This is very good for bringing energy up to the brain, for one thing, but it's also really good for releasing energy that may have become stuck for whatever reason, whether it be postural because of things that has happened with your tensions in your neck and your neck posture and things like that, but also the way that you've been thinking and so on. If things have become blocked, we can clear it out as we bring the energy up and out from the head, using the eyes and also using this movement. So again, once more, breathe in, relaxed, eyes relaxed. Breathe out, open wide, looking wide. Breathe in, breathe out, open wide. Okay, so that's an exercise that might be interesting for you to try working with, may be useful to you. If you have issues with your neck or so on, it may be just one to try if you're curious. Just as another note, because as I mentioned, this is an exercise that I do use a fair amount. But in terms of videos, I don't have a separate one of it, because I do have it in a sequence of a whole series of exercises though. And I guess this is just a little side note about the use of different Qigong exercises, because many Qigong exercises do have clear specific benefits, and often they have multiple benefits for different things, as this exercise does. And so you can practice them by themselves. They can be really useful by themselves. And then we also often see those exercises within a context of a series of other exercises. They're put together in a particular order with a bunch of other exercises, and you'll commonly do them that way as well, or maybe that might be the only way you often do them. And that's because the exercises, while they have their individual benefits, often when they're put together with other exercises, they have synergistic or cumulative benefits. And so by doing one thing with the energy, stimulating it in a certain way, bringing it to a certain part of the body, and then moving on to the next one, it builds, it adds something to it, maybe it brings it somewhere else in the body, and then the next one, and you overall get a more powerful effect, or you string it together to gain a different effect by doing that. And so I guess there are lots of, as well as using the different, you can think of different exercises maybe as different ingredients, and as well as the ingredients being really good and useful by themselves, sometimes putting the ingredients together to create different recipes can have, even more benefits. It can give you some really amazing benefits by doing that as well. So the sequence that you might find this in, if you've already done some of my exercises, some of the courses, the practices that I teach, is in the Waking the Qi series. And in this series, this exercise, of course, it does have all of the benefits that we've just talked about, but it's used in sequence with a bunch of other exercises. And we do a whole lot of things to prepare the energy, to get it flowing, to get it active, before we bring it up and out through the head. And then we do some other things afterwards as well. And it works really, really nicely in that sequence. So that's something you might want to check out. I'll put a link to where you can find that, I guess, in the description below this, so you can check that out, and you can maybe try it in a sequence as well. Of course, you might want to just try the exercise by itself too. It's great just by itself, particularly if you're specifically wanting to work with neck issues, some rib issues, just in terms of opening up pathways in your brain and things like that too. So anyway, hopefully that's interesting to you. If you enjoyed this video, you like getting little tips and tidbits about Qigong, you like some of the things that we talk about, check out some of the other videos. If you haven't, there's getting to be a few videos on this vlog, and of course I'm hoping that more people will find the channel and enjoy the videos too. So like the video, comment on it, subscribe, share it with other people. That would be great too. It'll help other people to find it. Okay, I look forward to seeing you on the next one.